start with the Dynojet on my chest.
Alright, go for it.
Hello everybody, my name is Junior Padilla. I'm the owner of Dimelo Motorworks. We're out here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we mainly dedicate ourselves to working on scooters. This right here, we're going to be showing you today, is a 2013 Motofino delivery scooter. I like to call it the Lunch Box, so I think the name is going to stick. I'm trying to convince the customer to call it the Lunch Box. Basically, what this is designed for, this was made in China to deliver fast food is what they use it there for. I've seen a few McDonald's use it for deliveries. This box here is a humongous box. You can put pizzas in it and all that stuff. And it actually works electronically, and it has a hot box. So it's basically a hot box. It heats up the food so you get it nice and hot when you order. But the customer brought it in because he had it modified, as you can see with these tanks, and I'll show you all the crazy modifications that this has. He brought it in because he wants to use it for long distance riding, camping, fishing, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what he bought it for. And he had taken it to another shop to get all these modifications done. Basically, this is a 150cc scooter from the factory, and he had Monster GY6 build him a 232 motor that's liquid cooled, and they did a modification where he put external oil filter just like a car would have, and they put that all in the scooter. They did a decent job putting it together, but it wasn't working properly. When they got to tuning the bike, it wouldn't run past 40 miles an hour, so they brought it to me to do the high performance tuning and all that, all the other glitches that I was able to find. Like this tank wouldn't work. It would overflow the carburetor, or they try to put it directly to the existing tank and it would overflow that tank. But I'll show you how I got everything working. She runs great now. I put her on the highway, ran about 70 miles an hour, and I shut it down. I stayed at 70, wouldn't go any faster because I didn't want to find out how fast this thing really is. But we're going to find out here on our Dynojet. We own a SD12 Dynojet. It's a scooter specific dyno, so we're going to go as fast as it wants to go here in a controlled environment, not out in the street where it's a little bit more dangerous. So yeah, let me show you what we got. Again, we went in this motor. We changed the transmission that comes from the GY6. So this is a fully Dr. Pulley setup. We have Dr. Pulley variator, Dr. Pulley hit clutch. We have a high performance Kevlar belt in there. So I mean the transmission is solid, and we also have some higher gears in here so that at higher speeds we're running lower RPM range. And he's got some really nice tires. I believe these are Viper tires. Yep, these are Viper tires. So they're high performance tires. They're rated at about, I believe it's something about 100 miles an hour. You know, so you know it's not a cheap tire. He wants to go fast. He has to have, you know, a good tire on there. So basically, I'm gonna show you how we set up the fuel tank. Has a line coming down through the case. It's pretty sealed, but we used a valve in order to switch from tank to tank, from this tank to the bottom tank. So the bottom tank runs out. We hit this little switch over here, this little red switch, and I'll turn the ignition on so you can see the switch. Turn on this little switch. Go down, it's the bottom tank. Up is the top tank. Very simple setup. They couldn't figure that out, so we went ahead and figured it out for him and put it in. It has a very high performance carburetor. It's a 30 millimeter, I believe, carburetor with an NCY intake, so it flows really well. And this funny thing, this little horn you see here is actually very useful. It's a vent for the valve cover, so it releases it releases, you know, engine pressure, which is really cool. Really hard time. Right under here, I don't know if he's gonna be able to get down. He's my camera guy. He's gonna be able to get down here. But this right here is the oil filter relocation kit. This is out of a Harley Davidson, and we put that in here so that we were able to filter the oil before it gets to the engine. And this right here is the radiator. This is where we were able to fit it for the coolant, so we have a nice cool flow, and it actually comes out through the front out here. And I'll run real quick while the camera guy gets that. I'll run real quick and get a light so you can see it. That's the radiator right there, and if you like angle upwards, you probably can't see it, but the oil, there's another oil cooler up there as well above that. So this very, very modified scooter. The other thing we did is that we put a head temperature sensor. If you come around this way, so that way we know what the head temperature, and the temperature is going to be ambient temperature at the moment because we haven't started the scooter. So 82 degrees, that's the head temperature right here, and this is made by Koso. And we also have a ton of outlets. We actually have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 outlets. And basically he's going to use one for his GPS, one for his phone, and whatever other accessory he may have. So that's it. You have high performance exhaust. After we do the dyno tuning, we're going to change the suspension as well to have a heavier suspension, because of course the weight is going to put, it's going to tax these regular shocks, so we're going to have some high performance shocks on there as well. But stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and dyno the bike, and hopefully show you some footage of that too, and we'll probably post the results on there too. Alright, thanks. Talk to you soon.